Hey, what's going on? Today I'm going to talk through my pedal board that I use for post-hardcore and alt-rock, shoegaze, things like that, and just kind of talk a little bit about it and play some samples as well. So first it goes into the this mini volume pedal and then into the EAE limelight. I keep the boost on all the time. I think it kind of warms up the amp I'm using in the HX Stomp, which we'll get to. So just essentially my clean tone is pretty simple. Sounds nice and clear. And then the overdrive side, I love to add is like a stage 2. So I keep the clipping on the right side. I think it kind of brings some highs through a little bit more. And then that goes into the Moth Electric A Incorrupta, which is a awesome, very versatile, essentially Rat clone, but it gets, I think, a lot more gritty than that. So I have this on the asymmetric clipping mode and punch this on for huge parts or whatever. I think it sounds really sweet. So next I have the GFI Systems Skylar Reverb. So this has like 4 algorithms you can pick through, and you can save 1 preset, which was a huge selling point for me. So I have this Spadum reverb, which is kind of a little bit modulated, and I just think it sounds huge. So this is like my bigger reverb, which I'll play, and then I'll switch over to a small plate that I have saved too. So my long and my short reverb. So pretty sweet, sounds awesome. And then that goes into this 2-button switcher, which just banks my HX Stomp presets. So that's great just if you need to go song to song or like part by part. Just really handy to have that on the fly, and it's really small footprint. So then that goes to the Source Audio Nemesis delay, which I have this board wired in stereo. So sometimes I will play in stereo and it sounds so awesome, especially with this delay kind of going back and forth from side to side. Some ton of really cool settings on here. Mainly I'm using the tape and reverse. So I'll play tape and then I'll jump over to reverse. I've got the mod about 30% or so. So I love this delay. It's been on my board for probably about 5 years and has yet to be kicked off. So it's probably a keeper for a long time. And then as I mentioned earlier, I'm using the HX Stomp for my amp. So what you're hearing today is the US Princess, which is like a Princeton that I've tweaked and have an EQ on there. And then I use this patch for my band Heaviside. So I also have a chorus and a tremolo that I'll kick on for some lead parts and things. So now I'll just play a couple samples and punch in a few cool sounds and kind of showed you what this sounds like all together. Anyway, there you have it. If you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer anything, and I will link to all these pedals down below. Thanks so much for watching, and hope you have a great day.